So this one is handling emergencies. Obviously, ultimately the goal is that we have no emergencies at camp, but we don't operate in that kind of world, and so knowing what to expect and what to do can really be beneficial in the event that we do have some sort of emergency at camp. So what we'll learn in this one is what to do in the event of an emergency, the types of emergencies that may occur at camp, and then policies for handling those emergencies. In addition to this portion of the training, you will receive a very short uh, bit of training at camp. The camp director will go through information related to emergencies. And so if you have any questions in addition to some of the questions you may have after this presentation, please feel free to ask at that meeting on the first day of camp. So lightning, windstorms, tornadoes. So all of these things are the most likely situation that we have at camp as far as a thunderstorm or windstorms, tornadoes, those kinds of things. Weather is just absolutely something that we cannot control. So at the first sign of the storm, if you have an outdoor class, you're going to need to move into a indoor area. If there's lightning present, thunder present, uh, move into an indoor area. If you're in a water class, boating, swimming, any of those, then you need obviously to move away from the water as quickly as possible. Classes can resume 20 minutes after the last thunder is heard. That is at the discretion of the individual that's leading the class. And so we will let everybody know at camp. That's why it's important that you have your phone with you and that you have your phone charged, and so that we can make sure that we send out appropriate information to everybody as far as when classes will resume, if they resume, or if there's a stoppage or change in the schedule based on any of the things that we see there at the heading. If a approaching storm is severe or tornado warning has been issued, they'll notify uh, the campgrounds with three blasts. We'll also be sending out messages via the phone, or yes, via the phone, and that will tell you that we need to seek shelter. Our current weather shelter, storm shelter, we'll start in the cafeteria, in the upstairs of the cafeteria. If we do need to move to the basement of the cafeteria, we can do that. Um, I know that you all may go down to the basement of the cafeteria for a meeting or whatever, and you may be looking at that space and wondering how in the world we're going to get campers in there, but understand that there's also bathrooms in the back section of that building, and so we can put plenty of people in there. When I worked on summer camp staff, when we had severe thunderstorms and we put people in the basement of the cafeteria, we had plenty of space, and so. It's just a matter of us making sure that we handle those situations appropriately, that we're staying positive, that we are helping campers that may have fear of storms and weather, those kinds of things, that we're helping them through those issues. And being available to have conversations with them, and being available to be a counselor to them as well. So once we're in shelter, adult leaders should take the head count. You will get a counselor folder on the very first day of camp, probably before we even leave the Garrett County Extension Office. That will have a cabin sheet. It will have some additional information in there, and so you should have a backpack with you. You should have a cabin sheet with you at all times. If you need to take a picture of it on your phone to keep that with you at all times, whatever it might be, but you are going to be the one that's going to take the head count for all the campers in your cabin so that we can make sure that that's done uh, appropriately. Pool on the waterfront should only be used when scheduled classes or a lifeguard is present. Any person who uses the pool or waterfront when a lifeguard is not present will be sent home immediately from camp. You should not be around water when there is not a lifeguard present and there is not a specific instance on the schedule that you should be there. So please make sure that you keep that in mind. We'll be doing a game on Monday that's called Gold Rush. that gold rush activity, that is not for you to send people down, but is for you and your rest of your group. So please do not send campers to the lake. Please do not send people anywhere where there's water. That can be an extremely unsafe situation. So please make sure you keep that in mind. A missing person, if you cannot locate one of your campers or team leaders, you should notify the camp contact agent immediately. Do not wait until you try to find that missing person. Camp contact agent will check with all camp staff and leaders regarding the missing person, and a systematic search of the entire campgrounds will be conducted using all available staff, adult and teen leaders. And so the summer camp staff knows the camp better than most people. And so it's really important that if they divide you up into search areas, that you go with the staff person and help in that search area, keeping that in mind. Pool spotters, we will need pool spotters. I'm the pool spotter contact for camp this year. And so we will need pool spotters. And I'm trying to think one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, I think, pool spotters for every session. I will not be calling on only Garrett County folks to do that, but we will need pool spotters for each session of at the swimming pool. So that'll be two different sessions. If you are at the pool and you see an empty chair, please just go and sit in that chair. I know that you want to get in the water. We'll rotate you out to get you in the water. But in order for us to move along with activities, we have to have pool spotters available. With 450 people on the campgrounds, and let's say 225 in each camping or each swimming session, a lifeguard can only be responsible for up to 25, and we only have three lifeguards available at each session. So that means that they can watch 25, but each individual spotter can watch 10 as well. And so we can fill that number. We can easily take care of the number of people that we need to be watching in the swimming pool as long as we're doing our part as well. So you may not want to sit out, but please, 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 if we don't have enough people, number one, we're not going to start swim. And number two, I may just ask you to come and sit out in it regardless. So volunteer, please help out as much as possible. You are not, if you are a pool spotter, you are not a lifeguard. Even if you are a certified lifeguard um, uh, regularly, that doesn't mean that you're a lifeguard at camp. So these are the things that you're going to be looking out for. You're going to be focusing on an area. If you do see a distressed swimmer or a situation that's happening that you feel like is unsafe in your area, wave your arms back and forth to let a lifeguard know, and they can handle that situation. You should not be jumping into the swimming pool. If you're in the pool and walking around and you see a camper is distressed, and you can stand at the bottom of the pool and you can help appropriately, that's fine. But counselors, you should not be jumping into the pool from the deck to try and help anybody. If you observe campers who are breaking pool rules, you should get the attention of the camper and tell them to stop their behavior. And if the campers don't stop, you should alert the lifeguard or one of the extension staff who is there about the situation that you're dealing with. Injuries and accidents, the best prevention against injury and accident, or the best defense is prevention, obviously. So if we can stop those unsafe behaviors, ones that we can prevent, then that's would be fantastic. Now, if something happens at camp, all cabins will be given a little first aid kit. You should be handling any just general boo-boos. If somebody gets a scratch and you want to give a camper a band-aid so that they can put that on there, that's completely fine. I think there's some like bug sting or bite kits that are in there. There's a set of gloves that are in there. So it's just general things that you can take care of. That would be great. The HCPs at camp is there to handle not only the medications, the prescription and over-the-counter medications that we turn in on that first day, and handling that the distribution of those medications, but also they should be there to handle anything that they feel like is out of the basic scope of first aid that a counselor cannot handle. Okay. So if you can take care of basic scrapes and cuts and things like that, but if you look at it and you think, hey, that's more serious and I feel like I should be dealing with, then please take them to the HCP. Some examples of those fun activities that could be high risk: pillow fights. We do not. Throwing rocks. Absolutely not. Sword fighting with sticks. No. Running anywhere on the campgrounds outside of an activity that we have going on at camp. Not allowed. Throwing people in the pool or lake. No. Shoving and pushing. Horseplay. Typically we see, especially boys, that decide that they want to just kind of, oh, let's just play wrestle. And play wrestling always, it seems like it's going to be just good old fun. But then what happens is somebody eventually they're like, no, I don't want to wrestle anymore. And somebody's like, oh, I want to keep doing it. So please make sure that you stop those behaviors. Any of those things on there that you see are unsafe. Anything that you see is generally unsafe. um, then bring those concerns to me or stop that behavior immediately. In the event of injury, if you feel like it's something that a child has hit their head or they've fallen in an unusual way, or if they're unconscious when you find them, please do not move them. Let the HCP be present for that with the risk of some sort of spinal injury. Make the person comfortable. If you're certified in first aid, you can apply aid until the HCP arrives. If the person is able to walk, let them get up on their own. If they get to a certain spot and they, need some assistance, that's fine. But if you saw them fall and you saw them hit their head or you saw them hit their or hurt their neck, then just let them stay there, encourage them to stay there, and we'll get the HCP there as soon as possible. Any injury, no matter how small, should be seen by the HCP. And once again, this is outside of those little cuts and scrapes and things like that. Avoid blood contact. So you should please make sure that you prepare yourself with a barrier, latex gloves, a towel, t-shirt, bandana, keeping pressure on a bleeding situation to try and get that to stop, but also keeping at risk or keeping yourself in mind as far as risk is concerned of bloodborne pathogens. Unauthorized persons on the campgrounds. All visitors have to check in at the office, and so they'll be given a visitor's pass. Myself, the other agents, adults, teens, we should be aware of people that are on the campgrounds that we don't really recognize. And if you do see somebody that you're not sure about, please contact me, send me a message. A photograph would be great of the person that you're not sure about. And that way I can have that conversation or somebody else can have that conversation with that person. If it is somebody that's not supposed to be there, we will escort that person off of the campgrounds. If a person they seem dangerous, they're exhibiting behaviors that you feel like make you uncomfortable, then take your campers and go to a different spot on the campgrounds. Get away from that person, whatever that looks like. Okay. In case of a fire, if you discover the fire, say fire, get out, and everybody get out of that. Nothing is more important than the safety of our campers, not the items that they came with, not anything that's in that cabin outside of human life. Get them outside, get them out of the cabin as quickly as possible. You do not go back into a burning building. Get a head count as soon as you get outside of the cabin, um, and get as far away from that building as you possibly can, keeping your cabin together so that we can make sure that we have everybody once you've done that head count. These are the multiple choice questions for this module. Once again, if you have any questions about anything related to this module, please feel free to reach out to me via my cell phone, 859-509-6606. If you have written questions that you would like to send to me, you can also send those to me via text, or you can send those to me via email at eric, ERIC, .comley, COMLEY, @uky.edu. Thank you very much.